Okay, we'll see one more simple example on the navigation drawer, including various fixes. Fixes in the sense like we'll add full backward compatibility. We'll use the minimum SDK as 8 and the maximum whatever available 1. Second, not only list view, we can also attach any kind of view uh, as a navigation drawer. So that also you're going to see. And of course, the logo, menu fixes, or whatever something missing from previous exercise. Anyway, I have updated the code. The last exercise, I updated a small fixes from the previous one in order to attach a menu icon. So a small recap. Maybe one of our previous, maybe that SMS replier code you can migrate into navigation drawer specific example. But my intention is to uh, just create a perfect navigation drawer. I think I can migrate that instead of writing everything from the beginning. So SMS 2.0. Custom launcher. Okay. Source to create. Okay, so a project created. So I haven't touched anything. Whatever the manifest comes with that, I'm just going ahead. So minimum SDK and the maximum target, whatever I have according to the computer. And app compact package is open. Let me test it. Okay. So if you notice a few things, see there is a logo missing, which is a new theme. Uh, it happens only on the devices above version 1.4. Of course, our emulator is slightly higher version 1. So there is no logo, and there is no navigation button or anything, so that we have to manually have them activate. So in this case, the action bar activity tells us that it is backward compatible and gives a minimum support v7. Of course, version 8 is slightly below to that, so it adds the action bar activity. Action bar support to previous version as well. If you are using the minimum SDK above 11 or maybe 14, you don't need to use action bar activity. You can simply go ahead with use activity itself. If you want an instance of an action bar, make sure specific support package you import it and call get support action bar. So this is the support action bar, mean it is same like a default action bar which is available for the version above 14. It is a backward compatible, so slightly low. That's the reason the support has been added. It will work same like the latest action bar. Set home as up enabled. If you set this as true, in fact, I would like to talk only on action bar maybe after some time, how to customize it, how to give it different colors, because it right now seems to be Android recommending us to have an action bar for the navigation. If you notice this particular, the back look like a button has come now. So this is coming because set display as home as up enabled. Mean it is something, if you click it, it will try to go back. But in this case, there's no activity. So clicking this, uh, we can have any kind of, navigation. So since action bar is on the option menu, so if you are using the option menu item selected, because it's already uh, whatever you press on action bar, it's going to be called an option item, on option item selected. I think I don't want the additional stuff. If I remove this particular line would disappear because it's slightly disturbing. So let me check that. Okay, now if you are using item ID, maybe I can use a switch case if required. Been using if for a long time. The idea of a home button is from the system resource. Mean it is the action bar set display as home up enable, mean it is a home button actually. So anytime when it is getting triggered, it will call this kind of a random index value. It may be different. Of course, it's a system specific one, so it calls one integer. So if it comes here, I can go ahead and call if you want to finish it, because typically we are using this for going back, usually clear the layout stack. So the application got closed because that stack has got clear. So I'm going to use this particular back button, which instead of closing it, I want to trigger the navigation drawer, so it will come forward and would get displayed. So let me open that. So instead of this one, I'm going to put a menu bar, like a menu icon. So first we'll have a navigation bar design, then we'll come back here. I can also set logo. Previous action bar by default put the logo. This version did not put, so you can manually control them as well. So my icon, but not only enough, action bar set logo something enabled. Yeah, okay. I'm looking for something specific to logo. Set display use logo enabled. This also should be set to true so that the logo would appear. Still not. Action bar. These are all additional thing we have to do for the latest theme. Set display home. button is set default. There are various buttons are there. Something need a oh yep. This is already displaying. Yes.
So I need some finance
Yeah. Let me see. In order to bring the logo. No luck. This. Let me try this also. Yesterday I found a fox. I mean, this kind of new additions, it's always very difficult to keep track. So keep referring your document. Yesterday I added in my code itself. So where is that? Display show home enabled. My God. Kind of. Sorry. Now the logo appears. So if you want to have the logo also here, you can use this roundabout fix. These three lines are very important to have a logo displayed. If you do not want, you can skip it. Some of Android theme by default put uh, the application logo on the action bar. If it doesn't put, you can have this part added. Okay, I just kept it commented because I want to do the navigation drawer. This is the layout. This time, instead of hard coding array values, I'm going to add it from here. So since here also I can add, so string array. So I'm going to say menu items. Something. Which we are going to display it in a list view. The drawer layout, the path, so I can find using. So this is the path. I'll finally add because the suggestion will disappear. Do one thing. I would like to this time not I'm not going to put a list view alone in the drawer layout. I'm going to keep some more things. So I want to keep the entire linear layout as a drawer. Match parent. You may need ID because it is going to be a folder. Orientation going to keep vertical. More importantly, the layout gravity. Sometimes the suggestion does not appear. It has to be set to start. I want to have a slightly background color different because sometimes we could not identify whether it is displaying or not. The most commonly used color for me is gray. Inside I'm going to keep what I can keep a toggle button. We haven't even used it. Toggle button is like the same like a checkbox, but it look like a on or off button. So time being I'll remove the start so that I can see the layout in. So on or off, or maybe the text on, for example. So if I keep it, as I simply click on it, it will automatically toggle. So on or off, it will switch between that. So toggle button. Some name on off I'm giving. Width I want to keep a slightly minimal. So storage. Okay, ID has been given. Okay, I'll do one thing instead of come back a little later. And list view as usual. ID. Okay, so this is enough. So this whole linear layout is going to go inside the drawer. I am going to keep a frame layout for my fragments. So this is going to hold a fragment together. Why this guy is showing error? We're not going to worry about that. So I need a path of draw layout. Okay. So this whole linear layout is going to be a drawer here, so that's the reason I have given an ID like this. So inside a list view, a toggle button both is there, and one frame layout. So this is inside a drawer layout. Before doing anything, we have to initialize them because the list view has to be populated. Sorry. Yeah. So list view, an array adapter. These are all quite same thing. But by this time you'll have your adapter added. But let me complete it. I want to keep simple list item checked. So we can put a checkbox and get resources, get string array, r dot items. I also need to define the list view is a single choice one. So choice mode. Okay, adapter. It's been set. We'll come back the action bar drawer listener. So first thing we'll check. So it's here. So I can go set on or off. So toggle button. So not only a list view, I can have any layouts as a inside a drawer. In this case, list view is also there. Plus one some settings kind of thing. I'll make it this thing. So this is ready. Now time to control this menu. Yeah, action bar drawer toggle. Make sure you import the version 7 specific because the previous one is deprecated. It's no more recommended. Activity this drawer layout which has already been initialized. Okay, two content resource I need for accessibility help. So let me add them. Okay. So if you want to have some methods to be overridden, you can implement them. Otherwise, leave it. I don't see any usage as of now. The final fix on post create. If we call sync state, this will make sure when your action bar is fully created, it will automatically make sure your back button is converted to a menu or look like a menu bar, like a lot of people say a burger button or sandwich button something. So developers have their own convention. If you see this one, so it will make sure it is converted as a menu type, so 3 bars, but still it's not working. But this part is making sure the UI is converted, the back button is converted as a menu. But still our menu appears, still have it. I feel the text is too meek. Maybe I can change it, or probably we can go back to our previous one which was looking nice. This will only support it from 11 onwards. Okay, we'll think about it later. Otherwise, we'll do our custom layout. So, this is much better. I think the gray layout is making the mess here. Oh, it's even terrible. We try to give a white background. The F is white. Okay, not bad. Just leave it as it is. So we have to connect this with the click event to this navigation drawer. So let's see how we can do it. Of course, it comes here. We can do one thing instead. Okay. Need a view, so in my case it's a linear layout is behaving as a so this is actually holding my drawer, so I need to see whether the drawer is visible or not. So if it's open, oh, sorry, it's drawer layout. So it will toggle between. So if it is already open, it will close, otherwise it will open again. So this works. Please. So fine, maybe it is connected now. So right now I have done using the action bar activity itself, so I haven't modified anything. So using layout sync state, I change the logo. It looks like a menu, so I can switch between them. So based on the clicks, I can load various fragments. Maybe I can copy them from the previous codes. Okay, that part you can do it. It's all there as a fragments. So if you have completed the SMS replier 1.3 version, which I converted everything to a fragment and I use a database as well. So those files you can bring it here, and I've already added a settings on or off feature. There it was added as a menu option. So you can convert everything to this level. So add message will load a fragment where the user can compose a message. Once he is done, he can see the list of items. So clicking long pressing it, again he can go for editing. So various things he can do, and this may be a dummy button. So you can have this particular part converted to a navigation drawer based one. So that part you can work on. I'm looking for one more addition. I'll add at least one fragment for testing. If you want to change the title, you can implement those methods. So it's not changing. The very big mistake, we are not controlling it yet. So draw layout, set. So I was wondering why this part is becoming so dead. So it can listen when it is drawer open or closed. And of course I can get a nice transition as well. That's what I was wondering, why this transition is not happening. So your drawer, our action bar listener, make sure the title also gets changed whenever the drawer open or closed. So it looks like you can go back and view the main page. And if you are setting this particular drawer holder, the gravity set to end mean it appears extreme right. So now it will come here. So only these two values works. So there is a bottom top is also there, but of course it won't work. So left, either you can set start or end. So in order to keep your action, navigation drawer, either left or right respectively. Okay, so after the break you can work on the SMS replier part and fully convert it into a navigation drawer based application. So we'll remove the dependency over the hard key, dependency over the option menu. Of course, it's still option menu, but I don't want the particular menu items appear here. Instead, everything goes in the drawer. So load the various fragments, or if you want to load various activity also fine, but having a fragment helps you to keep a same navigation drawer for various view. If you are going opening in another activity, naturally it will go to another activity, there your navigation drawer won't be there because it is completely gone into a new activity. So loading various fragments helps us to keep the same view and same particular single activity where I can load various small fragments or big fragments accordingly. So the navigation drawer will be common for all the views. So instead of last example we put just an image, but still we loaded them inside the fragment. I could have loaded directly here as well, but if you have a different multiple views, it is recommended to keep the fragment. If you are having a single view, you can directly manipulate in the same activity itself. So navigation drawer has nothing to do with the fragments, but fragments with the navigation drawer gives us a flexible way of designing or handling navigation. So that's the recommended pattern. And of course, navigation drawer can have any layout. It's not only the list view; it can be anything. So you can have them and put it inside the drawer layout. One view reserved for frame layout, which is for your view, which is going to be displayed here main, so it is always a placeholder view. With the next one, which having a layout gravity start or end, becomes a drawer layout. So it comes from either extreme left or right according to what you have set. And this drawer toggle listener makes sure your um, the home back button get a smooth transition, and of course sync state on post. After on post create, make sure the action bar icon gets converted into a menu system. The previous API, we had action bar drawer toggle v4. There we had manually option to set the icon, but right now Android made it automated, so the menu is by default getting added. Only condition here is you need to implement on post create. On post create, typically, after the create has happened, so in this case your action bar would have got initialized, of course, with the action bar toggle. Once it is there, it will make sure the particular icon gets converted. So that's the reason we are calling here. So you can exercise, you can complete this. Anyway, the previous example you can use it because I wanted to give the various fixes alone. So the last example I had used different v4, v7 put together. Right now I have used only the default conditions. So this will work from minimum SDK API level 8 to whatever latest version. Okay, fine. You guys can go for a break, and once you're back, please start